Marissa is playing a game at the carnival that requires her to hit a spring with a large hammer. After the spring is hit, a puck will shoot upwards towards a bell. Marissa hits the spring according to the model y is equal to negative 16 times x squared minus 32 times x minus 20, where y represents the distance between the puck and the bell, and x represents the time after hitting the spring in seconds. So we have two parts to this question. Part A, what type of solutions does the equation have? So if we're talking about the type of solutions, I don't have to do my entire quadratic formula. The only portion of the quadratic formula that I'm concerned about is the discriminant. So here's my equation. I know, so if I have my quadratic formula, x is equal to negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so the only part that I care about for the type of solutions is the discriminant. So I'm actually not going to solve, I'm not going to do that extra work, I'm just going to do the discriminant part. So underneath my square root, I'm going to have b squared, so that's negative 32 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times negative 20. So negative 32 times negative 32. 4, 6, 0, 6, 9. So that gives me 1024. Now I have a negative 4 times a negative 16. So that gives me positive 64, because negative times a negative. And then a positive 64 times a negative 20. I'm just going to multiply by 2 and then add a 0 at the end, if you guys are okay with that. Is going to give me negative 1,280. So if I'm taking the difference between these two numbers, I know the bigger number is negative. So I know that my answer is going to be negative, but I'm still just going to take the difference. So minus 1,240. 6, 5. So I get the square root of negative 256. So because my square root is negative, and remember I would have my plus or minus, so it's going to be two solutions. So I have two imaginary solutions. Or you could have said two complex solutions, or you could have said no real solutions. Either one of those. So you could have said two imaginary solutions or two complex solutions. Or I would have accepted no real solutions. So this was part A. You didn't have to write all three of these. You just had to have at least one of them. Sorry, I'm so sloppy. Okay, part B said, will the puck hit the bell after Marissa hits it? So if our solutions are imaginary, if we're talking about a real life scenario, it's never going to hit because our solutions are imaginary. So in real life, the puck never hits because our solutions are imaginary. So this was what I was looking for for part B.